Welcome back and welcome to Manila, the capital of the Philippines. In this unit, I'd like to talk about how we transport planners can source transport data online using a case study from the Asia-Pacific region. So the many governments, cities, and institutions we've spoken about, they produce and publish a wealth of data, be it reports, raw data sets, policy documents, master plans, more than we can really keep up with. And we planners, when we embark on a new project, one of the very first steps is to collect all the secondary data we can through what we call a desktop study. And we do this to essentially build up our understanding of the place in question, to produce an urban mobility diagnosis. However, sourcing the data we need is often easier said than done. We have to crawl different government websites, read academic papers, find different presentations, and reach out to individuals and collect fragments of information which we then need to fuse together to shape our understanding, which is all very resource intensive, and we can't always guarantee the quality of the data. Fortunately, there are organizations and institutions that work tirelessly to document, analyze, organize, and neatly package all of this data. And perhaps the most impressive effort is that of the Asian Transport Outlook, the ATO, which is essentially a massive open database available to anyone, be it from the public sector, private sector, or academics. Is an effort of the Asian Development Bank, ADB, who are instrumental in conceptualizing and financing big infrastructure projects, including sustainable mobility systems and services. And building this database has been a multi-year effort involving many different partners, and they're continuously adding layers of data. So to tell us more about this, I'm going to go meet Alvin Mejia and Advait Limay, who work on the ATO, and we'll do this in its birthplace in the ADB headquarters. Alvin, Advait, welcome to the course. I propose we dive right in. First things first, what is the Asian Transport Outlook, the ATO, and what countries does it include?
Thank you very much, Conrad, for having us. So the Asian Transport Outlook is an open resource repository that aims at strengthening the transport knowledge base in the Asia-Pacific region. So it contains data, policies, and information on projects as well. We have firstly a national database wherein we have data for 51 economies, encompassing more than 400 indicators. We do have an urban level database wherein we have 460 cities with 50 cities with detailed data, encompassing 180 indicators. We have information and downloadable information on policies, as well as a cost database for different types of transportation projects. Aside from these, we are also offering various analytical and knowledge products in the website that people can download and interact with.
And why would having easy access to all of this data be of value? And who would it be of value to?
Yeah, very important questions, Conrad. When we were doing or conceptualizing the ATO, we were thinking about supporting the decision-making of the development banks, firstly the Asian Development Bank and now the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, in terms of guiding them, in terms of priorities, in terms of looking at specific interventions towards the developing member countries that they have in terms of transport investments and decisions. But we also have specific partnerships with policymakers through the UNCRD high-level ESG forum, wherein the ATO is actually serving as a monitoring mechanism for looking into the performance of the countries as opposed to the Aichi goals that are set for 2030. So aside from these, the data and the policies and the information in the website could be used by anyone who is interested in the transportation sector. We offer multi-level data, we offer multi-dimensional data that enables people who are interested in terms of analyzing the different dimensions at different scales.
Mm-hmm. So from what I gather, this is a massive database or set of databases. I see there are 5 in total. I think it would be worthwhile diving deeper and looking at the different indicators in these databases. So say me personally, I'm very interested in the topic of bus rapid transit, BRT. How can I use the ATO And what kind of indicators can I find related to BRT?
I think that's where I can call on my colleague, Mr. Adwait, to give us a demo on how the ATO actually works. Adwait?
Thank you, Alvin. So yes, the database is massive, and I would encourage you to visit asiantransportoutlook.com, our website, wherein you can find the information for this database and policy information. As an example, let's dive into the 3 examples, starting with the national database. So you can see in the national database, we have got 9 categories. In that, I'll be taking you to the infrastructure workbook. After downloading, it will show something like this. This is a table of contents which lists out all the indicators available under the infrastructure workbook. Now let's try to find out indicator related to BRT. Here it is. Jumping on to the particular workbook, this tab shows the BRT length corridor. The source is ITDP, and it shows information for 51 economies in a timeline starting from 1990 up to 2021. Secondly, let's take a look at the cost database. This is the landing page for the cost database. Now I click Explore the ATO cost database. Under this, you would find filters for economies, project types, and time. For economies, I select all. For project types, I fill in BRT, and for the time, also, I select all. So this gives you a list of 11 projects filtered from a list of 11153 projects. I download this list, and after opening, it will show something like this. So this is a list of 11 projects related to BRTS from these 51 economies. What it gives is, it gives the name of the project type, typology, the length of BRTS kilometers, cost in local currency as well as PPP in US dollars, and also $1 million cost per kilometer. Of course, this also gives the original link or the source where you can check the data for yourself. Now, talking about the third example, that is of the ATO urban database. This is the landing page for the ATO urban database. I click on Explore Data. Here again, you have filters for urban centers, indicators, and time. Under the urban centers, you have a list of 460 urban centers. You can click based on the economies, or you can search for a specific city that you're looking for. So I'll type in Jakarta. I'll download the list of Indonesian examples. Under indicators, I'll click BRTS. These are all the indicators related to BRT. I'll click them all. For the time, again, I select all. I'll download the indicator view. You can also download the urban center view. Indicator view gives you the tabs by indicator. Urban center view would give you the tabs by urban centers. I'll download the data. And as you can see, it shows something like this. So there are 8 indicators available for BRT. And when you click on each individual tab, it gives you information about Jakarta, Indonesia for that particular indicator in a timeline wherever available. So as you can see in this table of contents, related to Jakarta, these are all the indicators that are available. So it's BRT length corridor, length density, fleet size, fleet per capita, stations, station density, so on and so forth.
I'm starting to really understand what it is and how it works and what it includes. And I'm thinking about how I can use it in my own work. So in the past, I've had to work on national urban mobility plans, NUMPs at the country level, as well as sustainable urban mobility plans, SOMPs at the city level. And the first step to any project like this is doing a diagnosis of the existing situation, which starts with an extensive amount of desktop work. However, you often end up on government websites and searching the web, and you can only come across very fragmented data sources or outdated sources, or sometimes reports in other languages, and it's never a very straightforward process. So I'm wondering if and how the ATO could facilitate this process. And maybe to use an example, say I wanted to develop a NUMP or a SUMP for Cambodia or a city in Cambodia where I'm currently living. How could I use the ATO to accelerate and maybe improve this process?
I think there's a good news for you, Conrad. With ATO, it's just a few clicks away. So for example, I'll take you to the website once again. And under the databases, we have got National Transport Policies database. So when I click this, we come to this landing page wherein you have got filters for economies, document type, focus, and time. Under economies, I have selected Cambodia for you. Under document type, this is the long list of document types. I have selected all. For the focus, we have got basic infrastructure related policy documents as well as externalities. I have selected all. And under time, I have again selected all. With this selection, we get a list of 35 policy documents from a range of 1,000 policy documents for 51 economies. When we download this list, as you can see in this table of contents, this is an entire list of Cambodia related policy documents, transport policy documents. Herein you would get details for the year of publication, the original web link, document type, focus, and the language that it is available in. But the ATO is not only a database for metrics and indicators, but we have also developed reports or country profiles for Cambodia specifically. To take you there, I'll go to the website once again. Under analytical outputs, you would see ATO country profiles. Under that, ATO transport sector profiles, state of play presentations, road safety profiles, e-mobility profiles, and green roads profiles as well. As an example, for the transport sector profiles, let's check Cambodia, for example. The profile comes up and it covers information with respect to socioeconomy, transport infrastructure, access, connectivity, and externalities, for example, climate change, air pollution, and road safety. Besides this, we have a number of high-level reports, which you can, of course, explore in your own time. All those are available under analytical outputs on the website, asiantransportoutlook.com.
Alvin, Advait, thank you. This was all very impressive and certainly of value to our learners, especially those of you in the Asia-Pacific region. For those of you not in Asia Pacific, in week 5, we will look at other open data platforms that you can use to improve and accelerate your workflow when working on any planning, engineering, and design projects. I look forward to seeing you there.